All right, welcome back to the SportsMax. So we're still talking to the president of the WICB, Dave Cameron, and he's looking at some of, I guess, the highlights of the presidency, which will again come up for election on March 7 here in Jamaica. The MOU,
the
franchise system,
the WIPA relationship. One of the things that we haven't said much about, we've been awarded the 2018 Women's World Cup in the Caribbean. We've been awarded the Under-19 ICC Under-19 tournament in 2022. And we've also been awarded the conference, the annual ICC conference will be in Barbados this year from the 22nd to the 26th.
That's a big payoff for agreeing to the new Big Three ICC.
Those things were done before.
Come on! Are you saying there's no payback for the West Indies agreeing to agree to the Big Three taking over cricket?
The payoff for West Indies is that our income will be. We hope. Again, we've done one rights issue and we've come close to where we anticipated. So we expect that our income over the next 8 years coming from ICC will be based on what we had budgeted.
Mm. Now, with the AGM coming up, Dave, I know that you anticipated that would have been a tough job. You didn't come to the presidency expecting to be in a bed of roses. Was there any point during your tenure to this point that you felt, this is too much for me?
Not really. Lance, if you know me and you know the school from which we come.
Oh, really?
Fortis forever.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Can we move on?
Absolutely.
All right, okay. All right. Let me say this, though.
We view them as just another challenge.
Another challenge. All right. One of the issues facing West Indies cricket is the efficiency of administration of West Indies cricket. To the general public, people feel for decades that the West Indies Cricket Board has done a poor job of running cricket in the Caribbean. You came to the platform promising to, revise that sort of mindset and promised, efficiency and growth and development in West Indies cricket. I don't know that to the average man in the street you have achieved that.
Absolutely.
It's been disappointing. So how do you come to the annual general meeting now, just from the fans' perspective? Obviously the directors will vote how they want to vote, but the image of the sport and convincing and giving hope to the fan in the street, what can you say to them about really rebuilding West Indies cricket?
Well, you see, what we have to look at is West Indies cricket, again, starts from the club structure, and maybe even before under-19, under-15, under-17. And when we critique in West Indies cricket, we don't just critique the secretariat in Antigua. So while we have a very strong office in Antigua, there are some areas that are lacking. What has been lacking has been the structures within the territories. The franchise system is improving that. Again, we're creating a structure where it's not just the players who need to be professional. We've prescribed, the level of management that we require in the franchises, because obviously, if we're not changing the culture, we're not changing the management in those places, then that's where you get the feedback. So again, it's a process, Lance. We have been again left wanting, but it's not for a lack of trying. It's not for a lack of trying to change the culture. One of the things that I've done in the last 2 years, we've had a number of culture sessions with our directors. And that is trying to change the culture of, we're here and our players are there. I've invited players to come to the president's box. We had a tour last year in Miami. A get to know you tour with familiarization, getting close to our players. So we've tried to change that culture. Now obviously there are always elements who are trying to keep the culture as it is because it benefits some and not all. And so we have to continue, we have to work a little harder. And we need to say to our franchises, to our territorial boards, that we all need to improve on what we're doing. Because what you're seeing is not necessarily and only attributable to the secretariat in Antigua.
Well, again,
because West Indies cricket is everybody.
And Michael Holding again made these comments in an article as it related to the abandonment of the India tour, that the board as an employer was too high-handed in dealing with its employees, the players, and he seemed to suggest that it was still almost like treating them as boys, as was the case, in the past. What do you say to that?
Absolutely not. That's that culture we've thrown out. And like I said to you, there's nothing that we do at the WICB without calling the president of WIPA to say this is what we're doing. And so understand how surprised I was when we got this letter from Bravo, because again, and I don't know, Simon, how you manage anything that you do in business, but we have a players association, we have a union, and so you're communicating with the union on the assumption that the union is communicating with its workers, and that everything is okay. And that is the relationship that I have built with the players association, one of trust, one of mutual respect. Like I said, there's nothing that we do. When we were having challenges with the coach, etc., I pick up the phone and I call the president and say, I do not want you to hear, by the way, that this is going on. This is what we're doing. So, Mr. Bravo, again, I sat down with Mr. Bravo, Mr. Sammy, Mr. Hines in Hyatt, and I said to them, this culture must change. They all have my WhatsApp. They all speak to my assistant, Carol, all the time. So I felt that we had gotten closer, and if there were any issues, you would have come to us. Now, understand the shock when you got a letter stating that wrong this right before West Indies cricket be brought to be seen to be brought to its knees before the world again. That kind of put everything in a different perspective, because we thought we had changed the culture. Like I said, for 18 months we operated without a contract, and the board agreed and made good on every contractual obligation. So.
All right, I did say final segment, but we just want to keep it for about another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. We still have the zone update, which will come your way in just a moment. But we want to also ask you about what has been a disturbing trend in West Indies cricket, with some of our young players seemingly just withdrawing from the game because of stress, pressure, whatever, and what's in place to deal with that. When we come back with the president of the WICB.